Hi Scorpio, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thank you so much for joining me on this fine February day. What am I saying? It's your March month ahead reading. I'm sorry I haven't been around much, but I am an extremely busy woman, okay? I have so many people saying, when are you going to do the March readings? When are you coming up with the readings? All this stuff, and that's all very well and dandy, but I have right at the minute about 20 personal backed up personal readings to do for the website, a lot. I do have a lot of work that comes in every single month, which is wonderful for me, and I thank the universe and the stars and God, and I'm just so feeling so blessed right now because I'm actually living my dream, and I'm actually able to make a living doing what I do, which is absolutely marvellous. I always try and keep positive about what I do now in terms of the work. Think future forward, which I'm really happy about. So, you know, if it takes time to get out the general readings, it's because I have to put my clients first, in a way. Not to say that my general peeps are not important. You guys on the channel are everything to me. You've really helped me through some really tough times, and you're really kind and you're really sweet, and I love reading all your comments. And I'm a Scorpio myself, so I share an absolute passion and affinity with you guys most of all, okay? So don't think that I'm just shirking my responsibilities. I'm not. I'm responsible to the people here on watch the channel, and I'm also responsible to my personal clients, and I try to just kind of do even Stevens with both, all right? So let's have a look what's coming in for you, Scorpio, in the month of March. I'm just shuffling the cards and I'm just going to meditate. Universe, Spirit, show me what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Sun, Moon and Rising signs. So all of those born under Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of March 2016. Show me what are the general energies coming in. What's the advice you have for Scorpio? I need you to show me. Okay, so I need you to show me Universe, Spirit, Angels. You know that I can connect with you. You've seen it. We work together on a daily basis. I need you to show me, for the people that watch all of my general videos, okay? Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. What's coming in for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for March 2016? The Wheel of Fortune just flipped out, okay? I'm going to put that back in the deck. Whenever cards flip out, guys, I never leave them out because it's all retained in there and it leaves me one short in the pack. And also the other thing to say is I feel that if it's a really prominent message, then I feel it'll flip out again. But it is a prominent message the way that that one just flew out. So we know that there is some form of change happening and it may be for the good. Okay, that literally just flipped out. So there's a major change coming in for you, Scorpio, guys. Okay, so just keep a note of that. Universe, Spirit, show me. Show me what's coming in for Scorpio. Show me the advice card. Show me the general theme for the month. And show me the events and the situations in 8 cards in the middle. Show me Scorpio, Scorpio. What's coming in for Scorpio, please? Sun, Moon and Rising sign for the month of March 2016. Show me the energies. Show me what advice or overall theme you have for the month. Show me the general theme and the 8 cards in the centre of the reading to show the people, the situations and events that Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising signs will need to take notice of. Show me. Okay, so I'm going to stop shuffling there, guys. I'm going to split the deck into 3. Collect it back up. And the first thing I'm going to do is put my advice card face down to the right, 2 at the top, which will serve as your general energy cards for the month of March. We're then going to do the 8 in the middle to serve as what situations, events could be coming in for you, Scorpios. I hope that you guys are having a really terrific year so far. My year has been amazing so far, really, really good. I'm very, very blessed. By God, by the universe. I've had my slight ups and downs, but, you know, overall it's been so good so far. So, let's have a look. You know what's so weird about Scorpio? This King of Swords chap keeps showing up. He showed up in your life reading. He showed up in your year ahead reading, and he's showing up today. And he's showing up as potentially making an offer in March. Go figure, guys. This guy showed up so many times for you guys, and I'm wondering who the hell he is. If you know, guys, Hit me up, man. Tell me who this guy is, because I would like to know. Very interesting. Right. Okay, that's interesting. You know, the first thing that strikes me about this reading in a way is that I think for March, Scorpio, you're going to have to do something that you've been afraid of doing. That's what's striking me about this reading. You're going to have to kind of do something that maybe you haven't. I'm getting the feeling that there's something that has been left unanswered. There's an unanswered question. There's it's almost like something, there's unfinished business for some of you guys, and it needs to be completed. I'm sensing completion in this reading for you Scorpios, okay? What's coming up in your advice card is the Hierophant, and I feel for the advice, it's either that you're going to be needing to seek some advice on something, or you're going to need to do the right thing. All right, because the Hierophant is about rules, it's about tradition, it's about establishment, it's about seeking higher wisdom, it's about learning lessons. So this could be something to do with learning maybe a lesson for some of you guys during the month of March. It could be that you're seeking advice, and it could also be doing the right thing. So just clearing up anything that needs to be cleared up and kind of tying it up so it's all nicely wrapped, nicely presented, and it's ready just to shift out into the universe, and it's all done, bang and dusted, if that makes any sense to you guys. I am getting that something needs to be cleared up here, and I'll tell you why. Actually, before I tell you why, guys, let me show you what the general energy is. We've got the Four of Cups and Justice. Now, you guys know that I'm an intuitive reader. You know that when I look at cards intuitively, I just get a feeling and I just speak what I feel, okay? This is how a lot of tarot readers will read. Also, we know the general meanings of the cards, so it's always worthwhile when you're a tarot reader, you've got to know what the general meanings are. I went for a reading, I was visiting a certain part in England with some family a few weeks back, and I went into the town centre, and there happened to be a tarot reader, and apparently she's very good. She runs workshops and stuff, and so I've decided, as a tarot reader, I wanted to go and see another tarot reader and just see how she does it, because I like to get tips and tricks and hints and all sorts of different spreads and how different tarot readers read. I find that, if we all work together, it all helps to empower you and strengthen your own skills. And I went to her, and it was interesting because she said that she just had very, very basic, loose knowledge of the cards, but she didn't really know what the in-depth meanings of them were, and she just kind of read quite fluidly and this, that, and the other. I'm still waiting for some of her stuff to come through, but that's not the point. I loved the way that she read. I loved the way that she read, just kind of like future forward, like, what was it, right from left right through to the future. And it was interesting just to see how she did it. But she just had it, she just read fluidly, and that's how I do a lot of the time. But also my intuition and knowledge of the cards is very important to tie everything together. I think this Four of Cups is something that it's a proposal usually, but it's dissatisfaction. All right, I feel that this is a dissatisfaction. This is with the number fours within the tarot, they're all about resistance, okay? Resistance to change, okay? And it's funny how this runs through this reading, because it's like you can't resist it any longer. Something has to come full circle. Whenever you get a number four, it's about blockages a lot of the time. This is what your number fours are about, because they're stable. They're about security. In the one hand, they're secure. They're about security, stability, building foundations. They're blocks, okay? Because it's a number four, so it's a solid number. It's an even number. But on the other hand, they can be quite negative in the fact that these cards, Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Four of Swords, they're all about inactivity. So they're kind of like doing nothing a lot of the time, okay? So if you get, say, for example, something like a Four of Swords in a reading, it can literally mean an inactive time, taking time out. The general meaning of the Four of Swords is taking time out, meditating, thinking about a situation, laying down your swords, not battling on another day, but you know that you're going to have to go get up for battle one day, but in the meantime, you're just going to take time out. But essentially, the card is rooted in inactivity and actually doing absolutely nothing about a situation. And it's the same kind of thing with the Four of Cups. This man is being offered love. And the more that I see these cards, guys, the more I kind of get the idea of what these cards are saying to me. It's almost like with this guy, he's afraid of taking anything new, which is why he resists taking something new, because he is so used to what he has in these three cups. So he's used to these three cups. For me, when I look at this card, it's somebody who is used to something. Okay, it's not just about boredom or dissatisfaction, but this card for me is about somebody who is used to the status quo. So he is too afraid to try something new. So therefore, he won't accept it. He's afraid of change. He's afraid of change. But I feel that this is something that is coming in that maybe you guys neglected in the past. But with justice, this says to me that something comes full circle. Okay, so I almost get the sense that something is coming back around again for you guys, and you're going to need to deal with it. It might be something that you rejected some time ago. It might be something that you because that number 4 card, that number 4 of cups, for me, when I look at it, it's unfinished business. Because nothing's decided with this card. Look at it. Nothing really is decided. We don't know whether in the end this guy took it. It's not like you get the death card, which you have here, which is transformation. It's an ending. Okay? It's an ending. It's a changing of the guard. It's a changing cycle. It's ending the old, welcoming the new. Okay? With this card, he's offered something, but it's kind of like everything is left in the hemisphere. Everything is left up in the air because we don't know whether he goes on and accepts something. All we know is at the moment, this guy doesn't want to accept something. So to me, it's kind of unfinished business with that number 4, with the 4 of cups. Whereas with justice, this is kind of finished business. This is the ending of the cycle. Everything comes around. Everything is kind of... there is completion to the justice card. So this card says that whatever it is that you are hoping for in terms of whether something is owed to you, in terms of karma, it comes back around to you. So whether that's good, whether that's bad, justice is justice. Usually a reader would say that justice is a card of getting, what's the word, of having something happen to you that is just, that is right. Okay, so this is, for example, if you say, am I going to get married, and then maybe you get the justice card in the outcome position, then yes, some readers would probably say yes with justice. Okay, because it's, you get what you want in the end. Really, that's what justice is saying. Or it's a case of fairness and balance and putting things into order and that type of thing. And that's why I feel that you're going to be putting things into order in March, or you're going to be starting to put things into order, because this is not an ordered card. They say that the number 4s are about order because the Emperor is the number 4. He is the master of the pip cards, okay? Because you have the major arcanas that rule the pip cards. And the Emperor is the master of this one, which represents stability, order, foundations, building, logic, reason. But we don't know what's going on with the guy on the 4 of cups. Is he being logical? Does he have foresight? Is that why he doesn't accept love? Does he feel that it's better to stick with the 3 cups? Better the devil you know than the better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Is that the case for the guy on the 4 of cups? We don't know. We don't know. But what I know and what I feel about the 4 of cups is, whenever I see that card, if you see it in a past position, it means that sometimes you can have given up an opportunity and you might be regretting it. But this is a future card, which says to me that it's almost like something is coming back round again. It's only because I have justice here next to it that suggests to me it's a completion of something. This is not a completion card for me. This is where something is still stuck up in the air. Okay, the love is being offered, a cup is being offered, but this person doesn't really know what to do about it, because is it because he's dissatisfied, or is it because he's just not sure and he's afraid? To me, the number 4s a lot of the time are resistance to change because they're based in fear. And it's almost like justice comes in and it says, okay, we need to get some completion on this situation that hasn't completed. So that's why I feel that something is happening in March for you guys. I'm sorry I'm long-winded a lot of the time on readings, but I just got to get what I need to say out there, okay, so that you can hear what I'm saying. This is why I feel with the justice card that it's literally, you know, something that hasn't been completed, it's going to be completed. Because of that 4 of cups there, to me, it suggests there is no completion with that card. So both cards, to me, when I look at it intuitively for myself, it says there is something happening in March that completes some unfinished business. There is a completion of unfinished business for some of you Scorpios in March. And I'll tell you why this is. We have the Hanged Man showing us your first card of the 8. The Hanged Man, stasis, waiting, suspense. It can be adjustment, but I don't feel it's adjustment in this situation here. I feel it's, some of you guys, you have been holding out, you may have been waiting for something to arrive, but it does arrive because we have the 3 of Wands. To me, this suggests, with the Hanged Man, when I look at the Hanged Man, it's literally hanging by a thread, waiting. The Hanged Man is about limitation, self-limitation, but you're having to endure it, put up with it. Okay, you're having to endure and put up with the fact that you're having to wait for something. Okay, and you're going to have to be comfortable in that. It might be an uncomfortable wait, because it is an uncomfortable wait for the Hanged Man. He's got no choice. He's just waiting. He's probably waiting to be released. But while he's there, he's kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to make the best of a bad situation. I'm just going to hang upside down on this tree, and I'm just going to be okay doing it. I think I might just whistle a tune, actually. And I think I might just put my hands behind my head, because I'm just going to kind of be all right about it, because there's nothing I can do about it. So I feel that for some of you guys, you may have just kind of said, you know what? I'm just going to kind of let this situation slip, and I'm not really going to focus on it anymore. I'm just going to accept it for what it is, and accept the fact that I need to just, for some of you guys, it could literally be where you've had to adjust your life in a certain way. But they always say, and as I always say with the law of attraction, and this is why I feel there is completion on something that has not completed for you guys with that 4 of Cups and the Justice card, because the Hanged Man is about adjustment, okay? Adjusting to uncomfortable situations and endurance and patience. All of those words are very in-fitting with the Hanged Man. And it pays off for you, because we have the 3 of Wands here. The 3 of Wands is often a card about your ships coming in. So when you get that card, a lot of the time you can be assured that you are, you know, this guy has been waiting, and he's longingly been waiting for a ship to come in. He's longingly been waiting for some contact, for some communication to come in. He's been waiting for something. He's been waiting for some progress to be made. And this is the card of progress and growth, because it's a number 3. So it suggests to me that whatever it is that has been put on hold or has not been completed, i.e. within the 4 of Cups, is actually, and the Hanged Man is actually being completed within the 3 of Wands. And what we can see here is some expansion. For some of you guys, you could have been waiting maybe to go abroad, for example, and suddenly with that 3 of Wands, now's your chance. Because the 3 of Wands can also be a travel card. It can be a card about international travel as well. So when often I see this card, I'm seeing someone who's waiting to get on a mode of transport. Okay, so this can be maybe something that you've been waiting for in terms of travel, for example. For some of you guys, I'm getting here. What's interesting though is that we do have a court card here showing up quite prominently, and he's the only court card showing. Well, no, there's 2 court cards showing. Sorry, but one is a king. King of Swords. He's been showing up for you guys forever. Who the hell is this geezer? Okay, he would usually be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, but he may figure quite highly in March, because he's shown up again. He's quite prominent, all right? And he might come in to offer you love, because we have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you guys, it could be love. It could be that you've been waiting for someone potentially to come back, or potentially to make you an offer, and suddenly they decide in March, okay, I'm going to make this person an offer. I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to, you know, declare my love for you. I'm seeing a declaration of something here, okay? Because I feel that something is up in the air with this 4 of Cups, okay? I feel that something has been up in the air. This could, I mean, this is you guys, your Scorpio, it's Cups. So I feel that it's something that you have offered, or somebody is offering something to you. All right, but there is fear around this, and this is why it's not being completed. But justice comes in. It's almost like the universe comes in and it says justice is a major arcana card, but justice is also heavily connected with the law of attraction. It's connected with the law of compensation. Whatever you've been putting out there, you're going to be getting back. So I feel that if any of you guys know about the law of attraction, the idea of it is that sometimes when we want something so much and we put our energies on it and we really like just sit and think about it all the time and we're worried about it and we're worried whether we're going to have it or not. For example, if you wanted to go and get some highfalutin job somewhere in a bank and you've been applying and you've been worrying and you've been like, oh, I'm never going to get this job, or am I going to get this job, and all the rest of it. Sometimes when you worry about things, they don't come to you because it's called putting up blockages in the way. Your energy kind of doesn't allow the goodness to come through because you're putting a lot of negative energy out there into the universe, which doesn't help you when you're trying to attract what you want. But you soon find that when you put something to the back of your head and you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to let the cards fall and I'm just going to leave it to the universe. When you do that, you actually find that what you want suddenly comes in, because what you've done then is you've just released all the blockages. You've released all the fear. You've released all the negative energy and you're just leaving it to the universe, and the universe suddenly starts bringing all this stuff in. I found that when I started not worrying so much, I mean, the business has always done good, okay? When I first started it, the Carol's Universe, the website, it was doing okay. It was ticking along. I was working at the same time. It was doing all right. But it wasn't doing as well as I wanted it to do. And I was like, kind of like, oh, I don't know whether this is going to, you know, a goer. It's doing okay, but I need it to be doing more. But what I needed, as with the Hanged Man, was patience. I needed to be patient. And I needed just to accept that this was the status quo at the moment. And I needed to make the best of a bad situation. And that's what the Hanged Man does. He makes the best of the bad situation. When God gives you lemons, you damn well make lemonade, guys. And it's as simple as that. That's what the Hanged Man does. God's given him a lemon. So he's decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and sip my lemonade. That's what the Hanged Man does, basically. He doesn't worry about shit. He's just like, you know what? Frigging out, I'm uncomfortable, but whoo, let's put the TV on and let's watch some flaming Super Bowl or something. That's what your Hanged Man does. And as soon as he relaxes, that's when he finds that he's freed. And suddenly his ships and the things that he wants starts to come in. So to me, this is unfinished business. But to me, this is almost like you have let something lie. You've let something go. And suddenly within March, something starts to turn a corner for you with justice, because I feel that the universe decrees it. The King of Swords is here. Could be a love interest, because we do have the Knight of Cups right next to that. But this could also be a case of that something happens that allows you to offer something or to do something. I am seeing travel here, because the Knight of Cups can be a travel card also. It can be a travel card also. So I am seeing potential love for some of you guys in March, okay? You already have your love readings. So for some of you guys, you are going to be having an amazing time with someone, I think, in the next 6 months, okay? Could be starting in March with this King of Swords bloke. I think he may have showed... Did he show up in your... I don't know whether he showed up in your love readings for 6 months. I'm not sure. I don't think he did. But he's definitely showing up now, okay? So he is an integral figure to the March month for some of you guys, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. Could simply be somebody who's authoritarian, somebody who's a manager, somebody who's quite well-to-do. It could just simply be a man, basically, guys. But he's showing up. And there is potentially for some of you guys love coming in, because we do have the Knight of Cups showing up for March as well. I feel, guys, though, that you have probably become so used to maybe a situation that didn't have a breakthrough, or a situation that didn't have completion, that you may have forgotten so far along the track about it that suddenly it becomes difficult for you to adjust, because death is coming for you, not in the way that you think death is coming for you, transformation. And it seems to me that you're cautious about it, because we've got the Nine of Wands here staring directly over at death. Look at this. Look at what I'm seeing here, guys. Can you see that? Can you see how afraid that guy is of death? Can you see that? That is an incredible visual. Do you not think, Scorpio? This to me suggests that real change is coming for you. There's a massive shake-up happening here. Massive. And I feel that it's something that you put to the back burner, something that you've forgotten about, something that you may have accepted as just not happening. But it's happening. Because death is actually looking you straight in the eye. And you're looking it straight in the eye and you're like, shit, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this change. And also I notice on the Nine of Wands, the guy is on his own. Okay. So it could be you, that some of you guys have been so used to being on your own potentially for such a long time that you're just not ready for the changes that are coming in. There is an offer. I'm seeing 2 offer cards, 4 of Cups and also the Knight of Cups. So for some of you guys, and also that 3 of Wands to me speaks to me of something coming in, ships coming in, something that you might have been desiring or waiting for a long time. Justice as well. Okay, so suddenly something coming full circle. The completion. Remember, the 4 of Cups, as I see it, is a card of incompletion because something has been left up in the air. This is a card where somebody is trying to decide on something. It can be dissatisfaction. It can be because they're bored. But it's literally, for me, whenever I've experienced this card in my life, sometimes it's meant fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of change. But justice almost comes in and says, no. No. Okay. This thing that's been left in the air, it needs closure. So I'm seeing closure here on something here. I'm seeing closure. That's the word I was looking for in terms of March. There could be 2 loves coming in, King of Swords and Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups would be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian. And the King of Swords, as I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it doesn't have to be. It could be 1 person offering you something. It could be 2 people, potentially. What's interesting, though, is that we've got the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. I am sensing potentially some conflicts happening within the month of March, potentially. The number 7s are ruled by the Chariot, okay? So the Chariot, as in the Major Arcana card, is often about conflicting energies and trying to pull those resources together in order to streamline yourself, in order to center yourself and move forward, okay? So for some of you guys, I am kind of feeling that with the 7 of Swords and that Hanged Man, there is a major adjustment. And maybe you guys are going to be trying to find a way around how to adjust to a new situation that comes in. Because the 7 of Swords isn't always about deception. At the root of this card, Scorpio, it is actually about finding a solution to an issue. Okay, this guy is very clever. He thinks outside the box. Okay, and I feel that with the 7 of Wands, this is real kind of strength. It is a very strong card because this card is about literally standing your ground and kind of looking conflict and looking adversity in the eye and saying, you know what, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. I'm standing by my principles. All right. So I really feel that within the March time, I just get the sense that you guys have got so used to something in your life and you may have kind of given up on something. I'm sensing that you may have given up on something, but I do feel that something is coming in and it might shake the apple cart up a little bit for you guys. Okay. And I feel that you're going to have to kind of find a way around adapting to that. And I do sense some fear with that because we do have that 9 of Wands. Facing death. It's looking over at death and it's saying, no, shit. No, don't. No, I can't. I don't want this change coming in. I really don't. I can't take. I really, I'm too afraid. I'm too trepidatious of change. And I'm not sure that I'm ready for it. But the universe is saying you are ready for it because we have justice as your general energy. Okay. Which says that when justice comes, you've just got to face it. It's called karma. And you can't stop karma. You can't stop a major arcana card because it's going to happen anyway. It's out of your control a lot of the time. Okay. These are the massive things that happen within the tarot. Okay. But it tells me that some major changes are happening for you guys. There is some fear around it. There might potentially be some conflict, I've got to be honest, in the month of March because we do have that 7 of Wands and the 7 of Swords together as well. 7 of Wands for me does infer or indicate conflict, okay? Or having to kind of really kind of fight something or fight a system or fight people. So there could potentially be something like that coming in as well. But more than anything, I feel that there is a major adjustment happening for you guys. I feel that it's something that you haven't believed would happen, or you've put to the back burner, or you've not thought, you've given up on. But I feel that it's coming in because you actually were able to let go of it. I feel that there could potentially be an offer of love coming in from a King of Swords person. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. Isn't limited to that, but it's a person coming in. I feel there's a major change happening that you're going to be maybe afraid to face. And this is why you didn't face it with the 4 of Cups, because there was a lot of trepidation there. But the Justice card says now in March is the time that you've got to face your fear, Scorpio. You didn't want to face it before with the 4 of Cups, which is why there was unfinished business in that card. Definitely unfinished business for me in the 4 of Cups, okay? And justice says that there is closure on a matter here coming in, okay? And I feel that it will be for the good. I am sensing some adjustments happening for you guys in the month of March, okay? Your energy is the Hierophant, okay? So sometimes for me, the Hierophant can simply be a card of just go with the flow, okay? Just adhere to the rules, okay? There's no time for being a maverick now. Just adhere to the rules, just adhere to the, you know, establishment, just do whatever it is that you've got to do, okay? And it would kind of fit in with this, because the Maverick card is the Four of Cups. The Maverick card is saying, I am not going to accept that because I've got other ideas. The Maverick card is the fear. I give in to my fear, okay? So in a way, you resort to type. But the Hierophant card, to me, in this situation, is one of strength. And it's saying, okay, you know, you need to kind of bend to the will of something else. Bend to the will of what the universe is giving to you. The universe is giving you a situation here, and you have to kind of just go through a process, which is what I see the Hierophant card as, is sometimes being a process that we have to adhere to. Red tape, tradition, regularity, all of those things the Hierophant card is. And it says to me that there is one way to do something, or there is one way to look at something, or there is one way to actually move in the direction of something. And I feel that this card is saying there is one way that you can go with this. The universe is, it almost feels like the universe is pushing you to do something in one way and not to shirk your responsibilities. Very interesting reading for the month of March, Scorpio. I would like to say thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys really, really soon. I'm thinking of other spreads that I can do for the channel. I've already done love, so I might be looking at doing something like money or something like that, family issues, that type of thing. All right, so keep your eyes peeled, and I will see you guys really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.